We're going to move on to the next topic. We're going to move on to the debates that happened this week between the Four Stooges. Did you watch the debate?
A little bit, not much.
Not much.
I
Yeah, I
haven't seen
started watching the
much.
debate. I started watching the debate because it was very fiery. I'm going to give my just a quick. Um, would I recommend you watch this debate? I would never recommend you watch them because they're boring as hell and not
Yeah,
interesting.
that's why I don't really.
But this turned out to be the best debate out of any of them that they ever had. This turned out to be the best debate they had.
How so?
This turned out to be the best they had there. This is the last debate. So this was the fourth and last debate. So this is probably why the fireworks went off. Because this was the time where they had to leave a lasting impression before the Iowa caucus, which is coming up just shortly soon, in a couple of weeks.
Wait,
So
was Ron wearing his heels this time?
Ron wasn't wearing, he was wearing boots with heels.
Tomato, tomato.
He was wearing boots, not just his not just heels, but he was wearing boots, not stilettos like he was before.
The stilettos.
Stilettos. So I'll just give my four reactions. I mean, I had four takeaways. I had them out on Twitter. Check it out. Check us out on Twitter. Subscribe so you can get our thoughts on everything that we write. Because I thought, that was incredibly important and significant and etc. So I had a couple main points really. I'm just gonna look for it here real quick. I sent you some stuff about the debate. I thought it was incredibly significant. I should read it over and like it.
So
Um,
it's like a mix of Haley or Ramaswamy that won.
Yeah. Well, I thought. Well, I'm just gonna say the clear winner was Vivek. Vivek came out. He came out for everybody's neck. He went at Christie. He went at
Christie
Nikki
doesn't have a
Haley.
neck.
He went at DeSantis. Well, he went for his girth, and he went at everybody. And I think that
He went for his what?
he went for his girth, his orbit.
You
He went
say it
for
like that.
he went for his orbit, for his tonnage, for his tonnage. No, but he went for everybody, and he brought up the topics that I think the constituency really cares about. Nobody wants to debate Roe v. Wade and abortion 10,000 times like Ron
No,
DeSantis and Mike Pence wanted
no.
to. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to talk about that because that lost the election. Not Donald Trump being on the ticket like DeSantis wants to make it seem. It was abortion and the fact that these Republican governors, like Ron DeSantis, are unable to make it a popular option. They're not able to do it, and that's why people just and remember we saw it. People just started voting on the other side.
Yeah, it's kind of
Um,
a turnoff when a Republican want to go ahead and talk about abortion.
yeah, they don't know how to market the
They
issue.
really don't know. Yeah.
So I had four major takeaways. I thought he distinguished himself. I thought he was far more knowledgeable than all the other candidates. I thought that he was able to articulate particularly on
I
foreign
mean,
policy, where I
he
think
is
is
Indian.
the most. I think foreign policy is the most important subject, just because of the situation worldwide, where we have China, Russia coalescing, North Korea, we have Israel, Palestine, we have the war in Ukraine, and I think Vivek is able to, in a way that Trump doesn't have to, but Vivek is able to clearly articulate several points that he believes are significant in each of those topics. So he's able to articulate the history briefly, what he believes should happen, and why it's significant, and what he would do. Whether that works, or whether he would be good at it, or whether he'd ever be the president is another thing. But he's able to articulate the topics in a manner that's not pre-rehearsed, that's not inauthentic, that comes off. You know what? I studied the topic, and I now have an opinion of it, and this is it. Instead of Nikki Haley pretty much taking this hawk, she's the hawk. She is the war hawk. She and Christie is the war whale, and Nikki Haley is the war hawk. They're both active in saying, you know what, we're going to give the Pentagon all the money they want, and we're going to give Israel and Ukraine all the weapons they want because it is important that we fund war. That's essentially their belief system. And Ron DeSantis, and Christie pointed it out, Ron DeSantis has been able to go throughout all these debates and not give a clear, concise policy adjustment. He is not able to put his stiletto boots in dirt and stick to a position and say, you know what, I'm going to be like Vivek. I'm going to actually be MAGA, and I'm going to say, you know what, I don't want another war, and I'm going to go out there and call for an end to this war in Ukraine, and I'm going to call for a solution in Israel. I do believe Israel has a right, but they have to. I do not want more of a war. and he should be able, instead of just saying, I believe in the right of Israel to defend itself.
But how's he gonna go around saying like I'm gonna be MAGA when he? I mean, well, would it work more if he would just be himself?
Well, he thinks he is, well, himself is, I don't know. I don't think
I don't
there
even
is
know
a
what he is
himself.
himself. I don't
Exactly.
know
I
what
don't
he
know what
is.
he is. Because all these years that he's been the governor, I've been seeing this other thing. He's been trying to pretend he's Trump. He
He doesn't
talks
even
in the way he puts his finger up, and he talks in the gestures, and he does this and that, and he pretends he's Trump.
give me a second. Go ahead.
And so he pretends he's Trump, and he goes out and he's having all these hand gestures, and he has the sassiness, and he has this and the that. So I don't know what he is. I don't know what he is. And he continues to come off as an inauthentic person. My third takeaway was that my third takeaway was, Christie should have not been on the debate stage. We all know that he is effectively just done. There is no shot. He is doing well in the polls in New Hampshire, but that's because people in the area know him. He did well in New Hampshire back in 2016 and yet dropped out. Uh,
Sorry. Hope it wasn't that loud.
no, no, no worry about it. Nikki Haley, she did well, but that's because the media is going to save her and her donors are going to save her. Because
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
even though she's a neocon and a rhino, the media is going to save her. In fact, CNN in their little town hall, the people in her town hall said that Nikki Haley won the debate. And in my mind, I'm like, wait, what? How? She's, I get it. She's articulate. She's clever. She has
Yeah, she's
strong
a woman.
positions, and she's a woman. But her positions don't line up with the majority of her own party. If she was a Democrat, that'd be great. She'd be Joe Biden in a wig and with in heels. But she's not. And she is a Republican who won't get the support because also, and Vivek has been able to demonstrate this, she is corrupt. The fact that she was broke and bankrupt when she left the governor's office of South Carolina and when she left being ambassador of the UN, and then she became extremely wealthy through effectively turning her husband and her family into a lobbying group for the defense contractors and the defense lobbyists and all those
That's
defense
crazy.
companies. That's what she did, and that's why she's extremely wealthy. And so she'll be saved because they want someone in charge that's going to be aligned with them and do whatever the hell they want. And then my fourth takeaway, and this is my thing that I've had with DeSantis. See, people think, oh, I'm just shitting on DeSantis, and I am, but it's because I have high expectation for someone. When you come out and tell me and position yourself as the next leader of a movement, the next leader of a party, when you say you're going to bring generational change into the Republican Party and you're going to be the man and you're going to be the next Reagan or the next Trump or the next whatever, and if that's how you and your people position yourself, I expect more. I have high expectations because
You have to
Trump
do more, yeah.
Trump had high expectations, and not only that, he exceeded all of them. And now he's set even more. So, with the bet that he's going to exceed them because we trust that he will. So, I have high expectations. So, when I hear people saying a safe debate, you're a loser. You're a complete loser. I don't want
Especially at a
safe.
time now, there's no such thing as safe debate.
I want you to go out there and put yourself on the line. This is the fourth debate. Go out there and punch a bitch in the face. Go out there and punch Nikki Haley in the face. Call her a war hawk. Say, Nikki, you want to fund endless wars. You're not talking to us how you bring us to an end.
Yeah.
You want to fund endless wars. Go out there and call Chris Christie fat. Go out there and call Vivek Indian and has a weird name. Just say, hey, nobody's going to vote for you because nobody knows you. And that's the truth. Nobody knows who Vivek is. Go out there, smack a bitch, kick some guy in the nuts, do something crazy. Go out there and make it memorable. Make us say, damn it, Ron DeSantis went out there and he slayed. He went after all three. He didn't give a shit. And he said, you know what? All three of you are not the capable leader. I'm the only one on this stage who can win. Don't say, in Florida. Go out and say, no, I'm the motherfucking boss and I call the shots. Go out there and be the guy. Trump went on that debate stage with 16 other people, and each one of them, whoever, except for Ben Carson and the ones that he liked, he went out there and said, I'm the boss. Don't fuck with me. Rand Paul, you're ugly. Why are you on the stage? Carly Fiorina, you're not my type. You're ugly as fuck.
There's
Why are you
plenty of
here?
subject right there.
Jeb, you're low energy. Yeah, there's plenty of subject there. Like pretty much saying, hey, you're not like you're not on my level. And yeah, it was childish and but guess what? It worked because that's the way he was able to get his points across. That's the way he was able to get the TV stations to follow him for free. That's how CNN and MSNBC and ABC and
Yeah,
NBC,
you also gotta
CBS
know
and
how.
Fox.
You also gotta know what people like.
You
Like
got to market.
when it comes to America, when it comes to American people, we all love drama.
We want to see a fight. Exactly. We
We
tuned
all love
in.
drama. Do
We
something.
tuned in to see Chris Christie get called fat and go eat some food. When
Go big or
Vivek
go
said,
home. Go Christy, go home.
"Go, go big or go home. Go Christie or go home." All right, do be big. This is the last debate. You got to go out there and you got to perform, and you have to leave a member. You have to leave a member. You have to make us come on this podcast and say, yeah, from 2 months from now, I want to be able to say, hey, remember when DeSantis called Christie fat?
I mean, that would be nice. Yeah.
That gotta be it. I gotta hey, remember when DeSantis called Nikki Haley corrupt and a warhawk? Like I'm gonna be saying that about Vivek now, right?
Now Vivek got the champion. Yeah.
Remember when Vivek put up that poster, that cardboard? He has a meme. He's a meme now. He is a memory. It doesn't matter if he doesn't win now, but we're going to remember him for a while now because he made
Oh
himself
yeah.
known. He went out there and he swung to the he wanted a he didn't want a single and then get a bunt and get a no, he wanted a grand slam.
And you never know. He might, if he ever decides to go run in 2028, he might be bigger.
That's it. That's the play. No, we know by then he'll be a figure. That's why you do this. So that the next time you're around, or hell, even if this time you win, let's say by God, divine intervention, he wins. Guess what? People know him. That's the guy who called Chris Christie a fat bitch. I'll fuck with that guy. That's what people are gonna say. He just presented himself as, you know what? If it's not Trump, it's Vivek. He just did
Yeah.
that. Everyone in the MAGA crowd is just saying, yeah, if it's not Trump, it's Vivek.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Vivek like cake. Bingo. Like that's it. So I got some
What?
videos here. That's how he said it. That's how you say his name. So here's a video of pretty much, my expectations and what I
Vivek cake.
Chris Christie, he was right when he said this about DeSantis.
Dude covers the whole screen.
Ron gets asked a question and he doesn't answer it. Your question was very specific. You said, would you send American troops as commander-in-chief? And he went on to this minute and 30-second hosanna about his knowledge of the military and what we need to do, and didn't answer your question. Look, when you're president of the United States, you're not going to have a choice whether to answer that question or not. Your generals, your Secretary of Defense, your Secretary of State, your National Security Advisor are going to present plans to you. They're going to look at you and say, do we go or don't we, Mr. President? And you can't give a 90-second speech about your military problem with...
And he's right when he says that.
No, he is
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
he's right when he says that because it's true. I mean, he hasn't been able to give answers. And Ron is just... I'm going to talk about Christie because I thought that Christie was looking for that moment last night that he had in 2016 versus Marco. He was looking for that moment. I think he's been preying on Vivek like as if he was like some plate of chicken masala, and he's been trying to find a way to say, yeah, you're the rookie and I'm the experienced politician. I know what I'm going to say and I'm going to beat you, because Christie, kind of like Trump, has the ability to come off the cuff and give a response.
Why does it look like he always got spit on the side of his mouth?
Because he does. And so Five Chins over here was looking for that moment, but it just didn't land. And I think he took that shot at DeSantis to say, you know what? I'm gonna go for the so-called front runner. This guy hasn't given an answer. It just didn't stick though, because at the end, he's only known on one thing on the stage, and it's for being an anti-Trump guy. And Macon kind of called him out.
He said that you got into this race just to stop President Trump. His approval rating with Republicans is currently at 81%. Yours is at 25%. Your best state is New Hampshire, and even there, 2/3 of GOP voters say they would be angry and disappointed if you won. Respectfully, Governor, you have not stopped Mr. Trump, and voters may wonder how you could possibly become the nominee of a party that does not appear to like you very much.
Yeah, well, look.
He said that you got...
Yeah, well.
Damn, she just ended that man's
She just
career.
ended it. And yeah, I tweeted that was the end of Chris Christie.
She pulled a Tucker Carlson on Mike Pence.
On him. And so, this is my funniest thing about Chris Christie, just because we're going to stop talking about Chris Christie after this. We're not after
Oh
this.
yeah, I didn't understand what that meant first, but then I didn't see the bottom part. So yeah.
I don't think I've ever laughed this hard on air. Oh my God, it's so ridiculous. Oh God, I don't think I've ever laughed this hard on air. Oh my God, it's so ridiculous.
If
That's his
if
underwear size.
if Ron does something like this, I'll be laughing.
Yeah,
I
if he
will
did
be
that,
laughing.
or like, if he did it to Chris, if he said what Vivek, look at what Vivek said. If he said,
I don't care what people say. Oh, it's childish and shit. No, I don't care. It's funny. It's funny to me. People
I
like
mean,
it.
like, remember, but
People like it.
Trump didn't do this all the time. He only did this because they attacked him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So if Ron said something like what Vivek is about to say, I would have been like, yeah, man, do that. Just be like, hey, you're not supposed. What are you here for? Like, look
First
what
of
Vivek
all,
said.
Chris Christie also doesn't know what provinces in eastern Ukraine he actually wants us to fight for. Chris, your version of foreign policy experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York.
Yeah.
So do everybody a favor, just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal, and get the hell out of this race. When it comes to Nikki, first of all, Chris Christie
Look at him booing.
doesn't know what province.
No, but you know what? That's what Ron should have said. Because you know what? If and the Simps are coming at me, and if they're saying, "Hey, this guy's going to be president again because he's not childish like Trump," yeah, but guess what? Nobody gives a shit. Nobody listens. Nobody knows what he says. I don't. The only thing I can in Florida is his most memorable line, and that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, Ron is not ready, and I hope in the next 20 years he's not the same like that. Honestly,
Oh, he's gonna be, because if it's
if
you
there's gonna be
got
in
it or
America,
you don't. What are we complaining about? It's not the policy. It's not the Florida. It's that you can't sell. You look like a creep. And this is going to be, and I'll get into that because I have high expectations. So, because you're positioning yourself as the leader of a future movement that's going to spur change and generate a conservative boom in the country where people are going to become conservatives again, which you haven't done in your own state. You're losing in the Florida primary polls. Ron DeSantis is losing in the Florida primary polls. But to Trump, that is a problem.
I mean, I don't know if you know about how much is he losing by.
Double digits. Double digits. So Vivek goes out against all three, and that's what Ron should have done. Ron, you're the leader. You have to show that you're the alpha, but you're not. You're just the flag carrier. You just carry the flag. I'm the good old boy you can depend on. But you're not the leader. You're not the leader. You don't show command. You command the room. You're a presence that you can articulate in a way that convinces and sell a vision of the country. You can't do it. I've seen enough. I have seen a lot, unfortunately. I'm tired of seeing and hearing this guy, and all he talks about is in Florida. I can't go through an interview where he doesn't mention in Florida. Like, yes, I get it. Florida's great, but sell me why Florida's great. He didn't do it in the debate versus Newsom. All he held up was the phone with the map of a poop. The shit map.
The shit map.
Tell me, why is America great? Tell me why you love America. Tell me. Javier Milei is going to be the president of Argentina, and he does a better job of selling why America in the West is amazing, better than Ron DeSantis.
Ronnie, I think what Ron needs to do is bring a chainsaw.
Bring a chainsaw. Call Chris Christie fat. Hey, say Nikki. Hey, bitch, get the fuck out of the stage. You're a warmonger. Say shit like that. Do stuff. Hey, be controversial, but he doesn't want to be. I'm good because Casey said no. Fuck Casey.
With all three of my other colleagues on this debate stage is all three of them have been licking Donald Trump's boots for years for money and endorsements. Ron DeSantis, you've been a great governor, but you would have never been one without actually begging Donald Trump for that endorsement.
And you attacked him in your book a year ago.
Same thing with lobbyists, begging them for COVID money for his special interests in New Jersey, prepping him for the debates last time around. These people are now Monday morning quarterbacking some decision he made. I think the real enemy is not Donald Trump. It's not even Joe Biden. It is the deep state that at least Donald Trump attempted to take on. And if you want somebody who's going to speak truth to power, then vote for somebody who's going to speak the truth to you. Why am I the only person on the stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside job? That the government lied to us for 20 years about Saudi Arabia's involvement in 9/11? That the Great Replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory, but a basic statement of the Democratic Party's platform. That the 2020 election was indeed stolen by big tech. that the 2016 election, the one that Trump won for sure, was also one that was stolen from him by the national security establishment that actually put up the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that they knew was false. There's a reason why I'm the only person on the stage who can say these things. That's what it's going to take, not people who are licking his boots one time and now Monday morning quarterbacking and criticizing him when it's convenient.
Governor Christie.
I am sick and tired of hearing you say that's pretty much what Christie said. After it, no, but that was the truth, and the problem is that you saw Ron's reaction. He was like, he didn't know what to do. He just like looked weird.
He said something, thought that it would be a good counterattack, but then looked at everyone else like, no, not funny. Okay.
Yeah, in your book, it's like, no, man, no, like it was real. This is what Laura Loomer recorded, and then he did.
Remember, Ron, you are normal. You are not weird. You are 5'11". Your suit is soft, and your shoes are grown-up big boy shoes. That's it. Pretend you're listening to music, human music. Good. Check the phone, normal style. Activate conversation mode. Hello, you're busy. Okay, love you. Bye. F***ity fuck. Come on, Ron, be normal. You are not a bobblehead with a dry mouth. You are a big boy with a wet mouth. Activate head turn. Activate toothless smile. Good. Very good. Activate hand gesture. Good. That's better. Remember, you are a Ron DeSantis. You aren't just normal. You're also totally not weird. Remember.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't this the same guy that did when Joe Biden was coming out of the helicopter going to the White House?
I think so. Yeah, I think they do that, but it's like,
it sounds just like him.
and I get it. Like, look, and this is the thing. Look at this tweet right here. It's like, I get it. He's with DeSantis. By the way, I've never met anybody in person who's been for DeSantis. They're all online.
I haven't seen one either, actually.
Yeah. Like, I get it. Yeah, he's a veteran. He's a lawyer. He was a baseball player at Yale or something. Talk about that. Why can't he talk about that? He can't talk about it, though. He can't tell me the experiences. Donald Trump tells me about the time he made a business deal and the day he did. Look at him talk to Hannity at this town hall. He's way older. But look at the way he talks, the way he can command the room. Look at this answer. Look at his charisma. It's just showing. Look at his posture. Look at the way he looks at Hannity in the eye and says, "What the fuck are you going to say, bitch?"
Issue, though, because the media has been focused on this and attacking you under no circumstances. You are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
for?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border and I want to drill.
That's not retribution. I'm
gonna be, he keeps, we love this guy. He says, you're not gonna be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one. We're closing the border and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
So that sounds to me like you're going back to the policies when you were president.
That's
all right.
exactly
an issue, though.
But look at the way he commands. Look at his posture. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's. This guy gives no fucks. He has no fears. He doesn't. He's here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he commands the room. That's a guy who's confident. That's a guy who knows. Sean Hannity, what the fuck? He's gonna ask me this dumbass question. Like, look at this.
Yeah,
guy.
it was a weird question. I didn't really expect it from him.
Guy. He looks at the crowd and he's like, the crowd, they're my friends. Look at it. Look at this. Look at he gets scared. He jokes around. He smiles. His smile looks normal. When he smiles, it doesn't look forced.
Oh, no.
It doesn't look forced. He looks real. That's a real guy. You look at that guy. He might be crazy, but it looks real. It's not forced crazy.
I'm so surprised that his hair is still standing strong, even at an age like that.
It just sounds strange. And he doesn't. And what I like about the Republicans is that this is him. Nobody's telling him. What I like about him is that nobody's telling him to say this. Nobody told Trump to say this. Nobody told Trump that he had to say that.
That's also one of Ron's biggest problems is that he has too many people on his ears.
And then look at what even people that aren't don't like Trump and don't like Ron DeSantis are just getting. Look at what Stephen A. says about, and I don't like Stephen A. I watched First Take, but for the personalities, but not him. And
I'm not a huge fan of him.
But look at what he says about Ron DeSantis.
Don't bring up this subject. It's about Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, but it's not about politics. It's about sports because he's talking about setting aside $1 million in the state budget for any potential litigation coming down the pike to sue the NCAA or to sue somebody because of the college football playoff selection committee. They may, will you stop? First of all, sir, don't you have bigger priorities? I mean, you're trailing Donald Trump by about 59 points in the polls. The man ain't even show up to debate you because he considers you that insignificant. Don't you have bigger problems? Don't you have bigger problems? And here's why I don't bring up this subject.
Bingo. See, and that's what we think. Trump isn't scared of you. He just doesn't think you matter. He just thinks you're a bug. You're a bug. You don't matter. That's why he's not there. You don't matter. He doesn't think any of you are a waste of his time. And it's not because he doesn't need to. He's out there earning the vote. When he's at that town hall in Iowa, what do you think he's doing? He's talking to the people in Iowa and saying, "This is what I'm going to do." He doesn't want the voters.
He's talking to his own people and taking care of his legal issues.
He's taking care of his problems, which by the way, are not just his problems, but they're our problems. Because guess what's going to happen to Ron DeSantis if Donald Trump goes to jail? They're going to find a way to get you to jail, buddy. You're going to jail too. Vivek knows he's going to jail. They're going to. Trump is the last domino. If they get him in jail, or if they get rid of him, in other ways that we know, you know what I'm saying. Without saying it, you know what I'm saying. They are next. They are not going to be able to do what they think. If Ron DeSantis thinks, and conservatives who support him and others think that they can just waltz back into the White House. Oh, by the way, if they think there's just going to be an election in 2024 between Joe Biden and Trump and nothing abnormal is going to happen, you're kidding yourself. They're going to do something. Something's going to happen.
Yep, I agree.
That man represents so much more. And Ron DeSantis can't distinguish himself from the pack. You have to be like that. He is never going to be like that. And I'm not saying that he needs to be like Trump. But be yourself. Be charismatic.
Be yourself.
Tell me the vision. Yeah. You as a politician, you can't just be about policies. You have to sell. And before I hear complaints about the DeSantistoids and the Simps who are out there saying, "Oh, but he's presidential." Thomas Jefferson and John Adams are founders, by the way, because Ron DeSantis loves the founders and stuff, and he likes to go out there and say stuff like this. They were calling each other transvestites when they were in 1800. They were. No, they were. That's really how personal the fight got between the two of them. That's how much they disliked each other. It became personal. And they insulted each other to the point that they called each other transvestites and they called themselves homosexuals. They said, he can't be president. He likes guys. He dresses up like a woman at night. That's why you shouldn't vote for him. That's what they were writing in newspapers. They were writing that. Those were the original tweets in pamphlets and newspapers. They were writing that.
It's funny people are saying that like the people that are running right now aren't professional.
No, they're trying to say Trump isn't professional. That's why you should vote for DeSantis.
They've been doing that shit for a long time.
It's a
exactly.
Joke.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
But people take it too serious.
They take it too seriously. They want it to be boring. Boring doesn't sell.
Yeah, I don't want them to be nice.
Bush was boring. You think Ronald Reagan was boring? Ronald Reagan wasn't boring. And by the way, Ronald Reagan, and Trump have more similarities than you really want to know. And they hate that when I write that. They were far more similar than DeSantis would ever be. Like, I get it. Yeah, they were both in the military. Ron DeSantis is more boring than Iraq.
Than who?
Than Iraq.
Oh. So what's next after this last debate?
There is no more debates after this.
So they're gonna declare who's the winner, and then whoever wins goes after Trump?
No, there's the Iowa caucus. The Iowa caucus. That's what comes next.
Okay.
This was the last debate before the Iowa caucus. And the Iowa caucus is on January 15th. So it's in.
Okay, let me set that in my calendar because I did not care any of these debates at all.
The Iowa caucus, which is not a debate, by the way, it's when they vote for the winner.
No, I know.
Okay, yeah, that's in January 15th. There is no more debates.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last debate.
All right, so January 15th.
January 15th is the.
Oh, Martin Luther King.
Oh well, yeah, Martin Luther King. And then after that, there's going to be other debates, obviously. But before the Iowa primary, this is the last debate. So then afterwards, oh wow, no, they're announcing more debates. Why are they announcing more debates?
Really?
More debates? January 10th on Jarrick University, Iowa by CNN. January 18th in New Hampshire by ABC News. And then January 21st at New Hampshire, CNN again. So these
Oh,
are
wow.
obviously to be announced, of course. So if people drop out by then, and I'm sure Christie is probably going to drop out by Iowa. I don't think he makes it to Iowa. I think Nikki Haley, if Ron DeSantis, the ending is South Carolina. I do not think all three of them make it. Vivek might stay on, but I don't think they make it to South. I don't think Ron makes it to Super Tuesday. I don't think so. If he loses three straight, if he loses Iowa, if Ron DeSantis loses Iowa, there's a good chance he's out. If he loses New Hampshire, that might not be a big deal. But I think but if he loses in Iowa badly, let's say if he loses in Iowa by at least 20 points, I think there's a good shot that he's out. That he's out after New Hampshire. I don't think he makes it to South Carolina. I think Nikki Haley makes it to South Carolina if she does well in Iowa. So if Nikki Haley comes in second in Iowa and third or second in New Hampshire,
I mean, yeah, I could definitely see Nikki and
she makes it to
Vivek
South
if they
Carolina.
keep doing what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think DeSantis is in trouble. I think he doesn't make it. So I don't think he makes it to South Carolina if he does poor.
Man, what the fuck is he gonna do?
Yeah, because I don't think they make it to Super Tuesday. Because if Super Tuesday comes, Trump's probably gonna.
Well, we have to prepare for Chris Christie dropping it because it's gonna be a huge earthquake.
That's when he drops. That's gonna be huge.
Like literally when he drops.
Yeah, when he drops out, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, so
we're looking at the primary calendar.
ABC
Super
News
Tuesday.
and CNN.
So Super Tuesday. Oh wow, they changed the calendar. So they have. So oh wow, South Carolina. Oh wow, Nevada is.
Wow.
Nevada goes before South Carolina.
Wow.
So it's
look at that.
January 15th, Iowa. January 23rd, New Hampshire. Nevada, February 6th. Oh, but the caucus is on the 8th. So February 8th is the caucus.
February 8th? Okay.
February 8th is the caucus in Nevada. February 24th. Yeah, I don't think they make it. I don't think DeSantis makes it to Nevada. Yeah, I definitely don't think he makes it to the Florida primary. The Florida primary is on March 19th. In order to get to the Florida primary, Ron DeSantis has to do decently on Super Tuesday. He has to win in at least. He has to win. There's the states in Super Tuesday are Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, and Virginia.
Good luck to him.
I don't think he wins.
I just want to
I don't think he wins any of these, to be honest with you. I don't think he can.
yeah, after he loses, I want to see
Utah could be one that he might win because there's the Mitt Romney won in Utah, so why can't Ron? Yeah, he's not. I just don't see it. I don't see him. He's not winning Alabama. He's just not. He's not, because if you're not popular in Florida, you're not going to be popular in Alabama.
Here, maybe here. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we make a poll on Twitter and see if Ron DeSantis can make it?
All right, we'll do a poll. We'll do a poll on Twitter.
Let the people vote.
We'll do a poll on Twitter. We'll see what happens. I'll figure it out how we're going to word this.
Yeah, let's see what our followers say.
When does he drop out? Super Tuesday, after Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, or Super Tuesday? When does he drop out? I'll do it after. When does he? Okay. I do want to show a video on before we get to Alex Jones and all that, because I know you have thoughts to say. I do want to show a video about what they were doing, what he and Casey DeSantis were doing. After the Iowa.
They were
after Iowa. Pretty much saying, go out there and vote. So she pretty much came out. Laura Loomer, who is, my celebrity crush now.
Shut up.
Casey DeSantis pretty much came out and said, you know what, we're going to bus people to Iowa to vote for Ron DeSantis. Pretty much. And here's her words. Who now is the Hillary Clinton and Michelle Obama of the campaign. She's the next Joe Biden.
Man, I just wish she should be running.
We have a huge coalition across the United States of America of mothers and grandmoms. When the governor was reelected, we had a coalition of 1.1.
When the governor, you don't work for him. That is your husband.
Why is she pumping up like that?
Why are you calling him the governor? That's your husband. When Ron. And why is he on? Why is she there? He can't talk.
Maybe it sounds a bit more professional.
It doesn't. No one's voting for you, ma'am.
1 million mothers and
Melania would never. Now we're gonna start over again to hear this bitch. I mean, she's hot, but come on. And I'm sorry to say that word, but come on, man.
Say it again.
RD24? RD2?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What is this?
we have a huge coalition across the United States of America of mothers and grandmoms. When the governor was reelected, we had a coalition of 1.1 million mothers and grandmoms in the state of Florida. That was the largest that had ever been done in the history of our state, and probably, I would argue, across the nation. We're asking all of these moms and grandmoms to come from wherever it might be, North Carolina, South Carolina, and to descend upon the state of Iowa to be a part of the caucus, because you do not have to be a resident of Iowa to be able to participate in the caucus. So moms and grandmoms are going to be able to come and be a part and to let their voice be heard in support of Ron DeSantis.
She just pretty much said that you don't need to vote. You don't need to be a citizen of Iowa to participate. So she's effectively calling for people to come in and vote for Ron DeSantis out of state. She wants to bus people in from Florida or from the country into Iowa to vote for Ron. That's how desperate they are. 1.1 million people online, and that's what they want now. They want to bus them into Iowa to vote for him in the caucus. And then the Iowa GOP pretty much came out and said, hey, you need to show ID if you're going to participate in the caucus.
Yeah.
They came in right after this and said this. You need to be a citizen, a resident of Iowa to vote in the caucus. You need to show us ID.
Maybe he wants the illegals to come in too.
They are that's classic election interference and cheating. Casey DeSantis. I mean, I love you, Casey, but come on now.
No, you don't. I love her.
I love Casey, but like, come on now. This is what it's come to. You can't.
What a simp.
You can't spread your message and get out there. First of all, why aren't the men talking?
Yeah.
Why isn't the man of the house talking? Why isn't
It's so annoying, man.
We're gonna get canceled. No, but like
I don't give a damn.
But it's like, dude, Ron, Melania would never. She came out.
I mean, she never wanted to do it in the first place.
She's coming out behind the scenes and saying, oh, I think Tucker should be the running mate for my husband. And she's coming out and saying, oh, the children, I care about the children, and don't bully. And that's what we like. Oh, Melania is beautiful, the white dress, the elegance, people love her. Putin thinks she's hot. Oh, don't bully the children. I care about the children and the Christmas tree and the Tucker. That's what Melania. That's why we love Melania. Because she stayed away from the politics. She wasn't Hillary Clinton saying, I need an office in the West Wing. She wasn't Michelle Obama crying at us and telling us that we need to change school foods. Your husband's the president. Tell him.
Yeah, exactly.
You fuck him at night. You can't tell him.
Yeah. Wait, what? I just realized what you just said.
We don't want another Michelle Obama, Dr. Jill Biden, who was a kindergarten teacher and now apparently is a doctor, or another Hillary. We don't want that, Casey. All right? We want your husband to sell me, riz me up, bro. Riz me. That's what I need.
Not just your beauty. You gotta do more.
Ron DeSantis, riz me up. Sell me the dream of America. Tell me why waking up in America with you is great. Do it. But he can't. He hasn't done it.
No.
He hasn't done it. Trump did it, though. Trump has rizzed everyone up. And that's the thing. It's like you have to be able to sell. I get it. Your policies are great. But if you can't sell it to me, I don't want it.
I don't want it either.
I do not want it. I do not want this, please. Okay.
I want to be sure I make it cheap too.
Before we-